Have you ever wondered if that animal that crossed your path, that chose you in an inexplicable way, was not just a coincidence? What if I told you that for many people, the arrival of a pet at a moment of deep pain, right after the loss of a loved one, seems to have been a gift, a comfort, sent directly from the person who has passed away? Get ready to dive into a universe where science and the inexplicable meet, and where the connection between humans and animals can transcend life itself. We live in a world full of mysteries, and one of the most fascinating is the almost magical relationship we establish with our four-legged, winged, or scaled companions. They have a sensitivity that often leaves us perplexed. They feel when we are sad, anticipate our arrival home, and some even seem to have a heightened sixth sense for things that we, with our limited perception, simply do not catch. But what happens when this sensitivity manifests in such a precise, timely way that it is impossible to ignore the synchronicity? We are talking about those chilling cases where an animal appears in someone's life right after the departure of a loved one, a father, a mother, a grandparent, a friend. And it's not just any animal. It is one that seems to have a clear mission: to bring comfort, fill a void, be a living reminder of the love that remains. It appears out of nowhere, often in unlikely circumstances, and shows an immediate and deep affinity with the grieving person. It's as if it knew it needed to be there at that exact moment. Have you experienced this? Do you know someone who has lived through this experience? Did you feel that the arrival of that little animal in your life, or in the life of someone close, was different? That there was something more, something beyond simple adoption or a casual encounter? It is a powerful feeling that shakes our beliefs and makes us question the boundaries between life and what comes after it. What you are about to discover may surprise you, because we will deeply explore this intriguing idea that some animals can indeed be sent. Not in the literal sense of someone from beyond picking up a little animal and placing it at your door, of course, but perhaps as an energy, an intention, a reflection of the love that still exists, materialized in the form of a furry companion who comes to hold your hand or paw when you need it most. Think about the ability many animals have to sense invisible presences. Reports of pets staring intently at empty corners, reacting to something we do not see, seeming to interact with an energy that escapes our common perception. This is not just folklore. There is something in their nature that connects them to dimensions or sensations less accessible to us. And what if this sensitivity extended to feeling the presence, or the intention, of someone who is no longer in the physical plane? This is the basis of the mystery we will unravel. The idea that love creates bridges that not even death can destroy, and that sometimes these bridges manifest in unexpected ways, like a puppy that appears at your door on the birthday of the one who left, or a cat that curls up on the lap of the person who misses the loved one the most, even if it is skittish with everyone else. Stay with me until the end, because we are going to analyze the signs, listen to moving stories, and try to understand what might be behind these encounters that seem orchestrated by fate, or by something more. Could it be just a beautiful coincidence? A balm for the wounded soul? Or is there a deeper truth, a supernatural connection at play? This is what we are going to start exploring now. It's a powerful feeling that shakes our beliefs and makes us question the boundaries between life and what comes after it. And that's exactly why I wanted to bring this topic to the channel, because I know that, just like me, many of you feel this deep connection with your animals and are intrigued by these mysteries that life presents to us. Stories like these, of animals who seem to have been sent during times of mourning, touch the soul and make us reflect on the power of love and the possibility that our loved ones are still, in some way, nearby. If this subject makes sense to you, if you have experienced something similar, or if you just feel in your heart that this connection between pets and the beyond is real, I would love to hear your opinion. Leave in the comments what touched you most about this introduction if you believe in this kind of phenomenon, or share your own experience if you feel comfortable. Your participation here is what makes this channel grow and reach more people with this kind of content that makes us think, feel, and expand our worldview. And if you are enjoying this conversation, if you felt this energy and connection with the topic, show it to YouTube and to me. Leave your like on this video. It's a simple gesture, but it makes a huge difference, showing that this content is relevant and worth sharing. And of course, if you are not yet part of our community, subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss the next videos. Together, we can explore even more these mysteries that surround life, death, and the incredible sensitivity of our animals. Understanding this connection is not just about the supernatural, it's about comfort, hope, and the certainty that love, in its many forms, finds unexpected ways to reach us, especially when we are most vulnerable. And the arrival of an animal in this context can be one of those ways. But how exactly does this happen? What are the most common signs that a pet may have been sent? That's what we're going to investigate next. And the arrival of an animal in this context can be one of these paths. But how exactly does this happen? What are the most common signs that a pet may have been sent? That's what we're going to investigate next. Now I want to go even deeper into this subject, because the connection that forms between a grieving human being and an animal that appears unexpectedly is something that challenges our conventional mindset. It's not just about having a new pet. It's about feeling that a missing piece, a comfort that seemed unattainable, suddenly materializes in your life. That feeling that the animal chose you, that it insists on staying, that it looks at you in a way that seems to recognize you from somewhere. This has a profound impact on the journey of someone dealing with loss. It's almost as if there is a hidden truth behind these encounters, a subtle revelation that bonds of love are stronger than we imagined. This inexplicable connection can be seen behind the scenes of life, in how the universe, or something greater, seems to conspire to bring relief and hope. The arrival of this animal often marks the beginning of a personal transformation, even influencing the decisions the person makes from that moment on, guided by a new perspective, by a comfort that seems to come from an invisible but powerful source. It's not about replacing the one who's gone, never, but rather about receiving an unexpected gift that helps carry the weight of longing, that offers companionship in moments of solitude, and that, in some mysterious way, seems to carry a piece of the energy or love of the person who departed. It's an experience that changes our perception of life, of death, and of the incredible ability of animals to be bridges between worlds. This is the beauty and mystery behind these encounters that seem orchestrated. Comment here. This makes sense to me. Now I want to go even deeper into this subject, exploring the phenomenon of choice itself. How does this animal appear? It's not simply a pet you decide to adopt after much research. In most accounts, the arrival is unexpected, almost magical. It's that cat that shows up in your yard and simply refuses to leave, even if you try. It's the dog that appears at your doorstep, thin and lost, but when it sees you, acts as if it has found you after years. The way it manifests is a crucial part of this narrative. It doesn't just appear, it chooses you. It shows immediate and unusual affection, as if it already knows you. Often it bonds with the person who is experiencing grief in a particular way, different from how it interacts with other family members. It's as if there is mutual recognition, an instant harmony that goes beyond typical animal behavior. This initial connection is so strong it seems predestined. And the most intriguing thing is that, in many of these cases, the animal seems to know it needs to be there. It appears at the right moment, offers the necessary comfort without you having to ask, and becomes an emotional support pillar in a way that few things or people could be. It's as if it has a mission, a clear purpose in entering your life at that exact moment. This sense of purpose in the animal's behavior reinforces the idea that its appearance was not random. This specific manifestation of the animal, This active and directed choice is one of the elements that most fuels the belief that something deeper is happening. It's not just a little creature needing a home. It's a being that seems to be there to help you get through a difficult time, bringing an energy of healing and continuity. It's a revelation about animal intelligence and sensitivity that we often underestimate. This part of the journey, that of the encounter and the choice, is filled with emotion and a mystery that invites us to look at the world with different eyes. It's as if the backstage of our reality holds secrets about how love and connection can manifest in unexpected ways. Right here, divine encounter. Now I want to go even deeper into this subject because this ability of animals to feel things that escape our common perception is one of the pillars that support the idea that they may be connected to something beyond. It is no secret that our pets have senses much sharper than ours. They hear sounds we don't, detect smells imperceptible to us, and feel vibrations in the environment that we simply don't register. That's why they often react to changes in the weather even before they happen, or perceive changes in our health, sometimes even before we do ourselves. This sensitivity is a scientific fact, part of their nature. But what if this sensitivity extended to sensing presences? We're not just talking about strange noises or shadows. We're talking about the possibility that they pick up energies, vibrations, or even the subtle presence of something or someone who is not on the physical plane that we can see and touch. This is the hidden truth that many believe animals can access. There are countless reports of dogs barking at empty corners, cats staring fixedly at specific points in the void, or animals showing fear or calm in environments where, to us, there is nothing unusual. This innate ability of animals to perceive the invisible has a direct impact on our mindset when we consider the possibility that a pet could be sent. If they can feel these presences, wouldn't it be logical to think that they could also be guided by an energy or intention that comes from the other side? This perspective opens up a range of revelations about life after death and the continuity of emotional bonds. The journey of understanding this connection leads us to question what we really know about reality and about the abilities of the beings who share the planet with us. The behind-the-scenes of this interaction between animals and the spiritual world is fascinating and invites us to look at our pets with even greater respect for their complexity and sensitivity. They can be much more than simple companions. They can be bridges to the inexplicable. Comment here, they feel. Now I want to go even deeper into this subject, connecting this animal sensitivity to the possibility that they are, in fact, a sign or a gift from the person who has passed away. If our pets can pick up energies and presences that we do not see, could they also be the channel for a message of love that transcends physical life? For many people who have experienced the unexpected arrival of an animal after a loss, the feeling is exactly that, a comfort that seems to come from another plane, a tangible manifestation of the affection of the one who departed. It's not just a matter of finding a new friend. It's about feeling that this specific animal was sent to you at that moment of pain to bring relief and hope. The way it behaves, how it cuddles close to you, the calm or playful energy it radiates. All of this can be interpreted as a continuation of the bond you had with the loved one. It's as if their essence, the love they felt, found a way to manifest through this new companion. This perspective has a huge impact on the grieving journey, transforming pain into something more bearable and bringing a new mindset about the continuity of life and affections. This belief is not just mysticism. It arises from observing behaviors that seem to go beyond the simple need for a home. It is the hidden truth behind encounters that seem perfectly orchestrated. It's as if, behind the scenes of the universe, there is a force that moves the pieces so that comfort reaches those who need it. This revelation can be a turning point for those who are suffering, showing that love creates invisible but powerful bridges. The presence of this animal becomes a constant reminder that, even if the person is not physically present, the love they left behind remains alive and manifests in surprising ways. What do you feel about this idea of an animal being a sign? Comment below. Sign of love. Now, I want to go even deeper into this subject because the belief that an animal can be a gift or a sign from someone who has passed away is not just an abstract theory. It is lived and felt by countless people around the world, and there are moving accounts that strongly reinforce this idea. These are stories that touch the soul, that make us stop and think about the depth of the bonds we create, and about the possibility that love, in its purest essence, truly does not end with physical death. These narratives of unexpected encounters with animals shortly after a significant loss shed light on the journey of grief. They demonstrate the transformative impact that the presence of a pet can have, changing the mindset of those who are suffering and offering a path to healing. It is as if, behind the scenes of life, there is a force working to bring comfort and hope through these furry companions. Each story is a revelation, a piece of this hidden truth that shows us that connection goes beyond what we can see. When we hear these accounts, it is hard not to feel that there is something more at play than mere coincidences. There are specific details in the animal's appearance, in its behavior, in the way it appears in the person's life. All of this seems to fit together in an almost magical way, as if it had been planned. These experiences often lead to important decisions in the lives of those who experience them, driven by the new energy and perspective that the animal brings. These stories are living proof that love leaves indelible marks and finds ways to manifest, even when the loved one is no longer physically present. They invite us to open our minds to possibilities and to recognize the incredible sensitivity and role that animals can play in our lives, especially in the most challenging moments. There are so many incredible stories that deserve to be told, and throughout our conversation here, we will dive into some of them, exploring the details that make them so special and that reinforce this belief in the continuity of love. Comment below, stories of connection. Now I want to go even deeper into this subject, focusing on the unexpected comfort that the arrival of this animal brings to the life of someone who is grieving. It is an emotional impact that, for many, is indescribable. The emptiness left by the departure of a loved one is immense, a gap in the soul that seems impossible to fill. And it is in this scenario of pain and longing that suddenly a new presence emerges, a being that demands attention, offers affection, and in some mysterious way begins to heal wounds that seemed incurable. This animal becomes a point of light in the darkness. It does not replace the person who is gone, but offers constant companionship, a little warmth on the couch, a look that seems to understand your pain without needing words. This physical presence, this routine of mutual care and affection, has a transformative power on the mindset of someone experiencing grief. The journey through pain gains a new companion, someone who pulls you back to the present, who reminds you of the beauty of life, even in the most difficult moments. And the most touching thing is the feeling that many report that this comfort is not just a coincidence. It seems that the loved one, in some way, orchestrated this meeting, sent this being of light to take care of the one left behind. It is like a final act of love, a guarantee that you are not alone. This hidden truth, this belief that love transcends death and finds ways to manifest itself, brings deep peace. It is a revelation that changes the perspective on loss and on the continuity of emotional bonds. Behind the scenes of this experience, there is an invisible force working, bringing relief and hope. The animal becomes a link, a bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds, carrying with it the energy and affection of the person who departed. This perception has a significant impact on the decisions the grieving person makes, encouraging them to move forward, to find joy again, knowing that love remains present, manifested through this new companion. The comfort it brings is a gift, a constant reminder that love never dies, it only transforms. Comment below, comfort of love. Now I want to go even deeper into this subject, because the big question that arises from these stories is this just a series of coincidences? or is there something deeper at play? For many people who experience the unexpected arrival of an animal shortly after the loss of a loved one, the feeling is overwhelming and points to something that transcends mere chance. The synchronicity of the arrival is one of the most striking factors. The animal appears at the exact moment when the pain is most intense, when loneliness seems unbearable. It is not a planned search for a new pet. It is an encounter that simply happens, as if the universe were orchestrating behind the scenes for that being to come to you at that precise moment. Besides the perfect timing, the specific behavior of the animal is also often a strong indication that there is something more. It may have characteristics or habits that remind you of the person who passed away, or show an unusual affection and loyalty from the very first moment. There are reports of animals that seem to know when the person is sad, coming close to offer comfort, as if they had been instructed to do so. This emotional intelligence and deep attunement to the grieving person's state of mind reinforce the idea that their presence is not accidental. And perhaps the most powerful of all is the inner feeling, the intuition that the person has that this animal is special, that it was sent. It is a feeling that everything fits, that this presence is right for that moment in your journey. This non-rational feeling has a profound impact on the mindset, bringing a new perspective on loss and on the continuity of bonds. It is a personal revelation, a hidden truth that manifests tangibly. This experience can lead to a true transformation in how the person deals with grief and even influence future decisions in life, guided by this new understanding that love finds mysterious ways to remain present. These elements, synchronicity, specific behavior, and the feeling that it is right, combine to create a narrative that is much more convincing than a simple coincidence. They suggest a connection that goes beyond what we can explain rationally, pointing to the possibility that our loved ones continue to care for us in unexpected ways. Comment here, it's not a coincidence. Now I want to go even deeper into this subject, reaching the heart of the matter. What is the message behind all of this? If these encounters go beyond mere coincidence, if synchronicity and the animal's behavior point to something greater, then perhaps the hidden truth is that these animals are, in fact, messengers of love. They arrive at a moment of deep pain and vulnerability, bringing not only physical companionship, but an energy that seems to carry the essence of the person who has passed away. This perspective completely transforms the mindset of those experiencing grief. The journey of pain, which seemed lonely and endless, gains new meaning. The animal becomes a living reminder that the emotional bond was not broken by death. It is as if the loved one, even in another realm, found a way to send comfort, to say, "I am here, taking care of you." This revelation has an immense emotional impact, bringing relief that no words could provide. Behind the scenes of this experience, we can imagine that there is a greater force, perhaps the very energy of love we share, orchestrating these encounters. The animal, with its heightened sensitivity, would be the perfect channel for this manifestation. It does not speak, but communicates through its presence, its affection, its unconditional loyalty. This silent communication is often more powerful than any conversation, as it touches a deep level of the soul. This belief in the message behind the animal's arrival does not diminish the pain of loss, but reinterprets it. It adds a layer of mystery and beauty to the experience of grief, showing that love is a continuous and transformative force. The decisions we make under the impact of this revelation tend to be lighter, more hopeful. It is as if we receive permission to move forward, knowing that the love that connects us remains alive. This is the beauty and mystery behind the idea that an animal can be a gift from heaven. It not only fills a void, it brings a message that love, in its purest form, is eternal. Comment below, message of love. Now I want to go even deeper into this subject, and what I want to invite you to do at this moment is to take a pause for reflection. Everything we have talked about so far, the unique sensitivity of our pets, the moving stories of encounters that seem to have been orchestrated, and the idea that they may be messengers of love sent by those who have passed away, leads us to a crucial point in our journey of understanding. It is an invitation to look at your own life, at the animals that have crossed or cross your path, and at the losses you have already faced with a new mindset. Is there a hidden truth waiting to be discovered in the loyal eyes of your four-legged companion? Was that animal who appeared in your life during a moment of pain more than just a simple adoption or rescue? This reflection does not seek definitive and scientific answers for everything, but rather to open space for possibility, for belief in something that transcends the tangible. The impact of this perspective can be immense, transforming the way you deal with longing, loneliness, and even the fear of death. Thinking about this is allowing yourself to consider that the backstage of life and death may be much more interconnected than we imagine. It is opening your heart to the revelation that love is not limited to the time we spend together physically, but finds mysterious ways to manifest and offer us comfort. This journey of reflection can even influence important decisions in your life, guided by a renewed sense of purpose and the certainty that you are not alone. I invite you to ponder the signs, the synchronicities, the right feeling that some encounters bring. Could it be that the universe, or the energy of those we love, really conspires in our favor, sending beings of light to guide and console us? The beauty of this idea lies in the hope it carries and the comfort it provides. Reflecting on this is honoring the memory of those who have gone and recognizing the depth of the connection we share, not only among humans, but with all living beings who touch our lives. Comment below. I will reflect. And if you have made it this far, it's because this conversation touched you in some way, just as it touches me. This journey of exploring the connection between us, our animals, and the inexplicable is something that moves me deeply, and that's why I share these ideas with you. If this kind of content, which makes you think, feel, and perhaps see the world with different eyes, resonates with you, then it makes perfect sense for us to continue this exchange. If you feel this message was important, leave your like on the video. It's a simple way to show that we are together in this harmony. And if you really stayed with me until the end of this conversation, write in the comments, "This message was for me," so I know who followed everything and connected with this idea. To not miss the next steps of this journey and continue exploring these mysteries and revelations that transform our mindset, subscribe to the channel. That way, you ensure we stay connected. And look, there's a video here on the side that complements this topic and deepens our conversation even more. Click and keep going with me there. We'll meet in the next one.